I have been waiting to comment on this subject for a while, and I'm going to touch on it now. I've said something before. I don't know if this is just simply a repeat of what I've already said or stated. I'm going to say it anyway, as it relates to the war that's going on in the Middle East with Israel and Hamas. Uh, Israel under war or in war. Israel, in my estimation, has waged as much of a war as Hamas has. I'm not taking sides. Let me make this perfectly clear. It might sound hypocritical in a few minutes, what I'm going to say, but I'm not taking sides. I'm taking the side with humanity. I will say that. And that's all over on both sides as far as life is concerned. But I'll say this. October 7th, I believe it was, Israel allegedly was attacked by Hamas, and they lost approximately 1,400 lives. First of all, it should have never happened. With the technology and the security that Israel is supposed to have, how did they allow this to happen? That's something that should be taken into consideration. Now, with that, I hear them say that they want to root out Hamas, its leaders, so that they don't have to worry about this issue any longer. So, Israel, in turn, launches this campaign, and it is indeed a campaign, a war campaign, against Hamas after the initial attack on October 7th. Israel has been attacking Hamas nonstop. Now, during this war campaign, Israel has killed some so-called Hamas militants, soldiers, if you will. But as many soldiers as Israel has killed very many innocent men, women, and children, babies. Now, juxtaposed to the 1,400 lost lives in Israel in October, how do you justify Israel doing the same thing to their alleged enemy 100-fold, as it were? Does that make it morally right? I'll answer that. No, it does not. Someone responded to one of my videos and said, what about the babies that were abused by Hamas? What about the atrocities that they enacted against Israel? Whoever made that statement and whoever liked that individual made similar statements. What about what Israel did in return by killing innocent Palestinians in the thousands, which included children that far outnumbered the loss of children that they sustained in October? Now, what bothers me even more is when I keep seeing these news blurbs talking to these Israeli military personnel, generals or leaders, when they say they're trying to minimize the amount of civilian casualties. Who does that? I understand war. I'm a veteran. I understand collateral damage. But if you're bombing hospitals, that's Israel, in Gaza, trying to root out your enemy or destroy your enemy at the expense of killing civilians that are innocent, isn't that evil? As I said a moment ago, you may not like what I'm going to say, but isn't that evil? Isn't that just as bad as what you allege that your enemy did to you in October? Isn't it just as bad or even worse? So, how can you justify killing thousands of innocent men and women and children over much lesser casualties in your own country when it all first began? You can't justify that. I believe that there's an agenda there that's not being told. Now, if we were to flip the script and you asked Israeli families, would you be okay if someone told you from a neighboring country, we have an enemy that's held up in your country and we're going to start bombing your country and try to minimize civilian casualties? Would you want to lose your child, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your grandparents? How does that make sense? You would not agree with that. So why is it okay for you to do that to your neighbors in another country? Is that okay? Is it a tit for tat kind of thing? Do you not care? I'm talking about Israel now. Do you not care about the lives of the innocent Palestinians that you have killed and the ones that you continue to kill and wound? All for the sake of rooting out who you term as being your enemy. Hamas. No matter what, you're relentless in trying to root them out at the expense of killing others who have absolutely nothing to do with them at all. It doesn't fit. It's not justifiable. And I know that Yahweh is not pleased with what you're doing. He's not. I want to say there has to be a better way. There should have been a better way. And all of these concessions and these speeches and all of this pleading for you to rescue the hostages, I really can't believe that rescuing less than 300 hostages, to include American hostages, is worth the lives of thousands of others who have never done anyone any harm. And even you killing some of the hostages in your attempt. I don't get it. There is an agenda that we're not being made privy to. And if America doesn't see that there's more to this than is being told to us, then something's wrong with all of our eyes and even common sense. I'm praying daily for the lives of Israelis and Palestinians. And I'm praying for peace on our planet. That includes Ukrainians and Russians and everyone else that's experiencing war today. That's it, and that's all.